Glenorchy and Hobart City Demons kicked off season 2017 under Friday Night Lights, and while it was a new year, it was the same old Magpies. Coming from behind at quarter time to blow away the Hobart City Demons by 98 points, with the Bowden brothers combining for 9 goals. Cam Duffy was also dominant in the ruck. Tigers showed their claws with a 23-point triumph over the Burnie Dockers. Brandon Batchelor fired to kick 4 goals, and the TSL were introduced to a new star in Mitch Carter. Big Nick McKenna had an influence at both ends of the ground in a losing cause. North Launceston went goalless in the opening term, but stormed home in stunning fashion to win by 10 goals. Zach Burt booted 4 and was the dominant forward, while Taron Thomas was electric for the Northerners. Bryce Walsh booted 2 in a tough day for the Dale. Sam Lonigan returned to football and his Blues marked it with a first-up victory over Devonport. Jay Blackberry was on fire and Hamish Leadham monstered the ruck, while the co-captain Dylan Riley was the pick of the Magpies. Devonport coach Mitch Thorpe sustained a sickening rib injury that would see him miss multiple weeks. Launceston went 2 from 2 with a thumping win over the Burnie Dockers. It was a Sonny special with Sonny Whiting kicking 7 goals. Jake Smith also had a terrific game, cutting the Dockers apart by foot. Glenorchy kicked an astonishing 28 goals to dismantle Devonport. It was all about the magician Jay Bowden, who kicked 11 goals in an amazing individual game. Liam Smith also found plenty of the footy and kicked 3 goals of his own. The Northern Bombers rallied late to kick away from an improved Demons. North Launceston Stars stood up with Jay Lockhart and Bradley Cox-Goodyear leading a last quarter charge to kick 6 goals to 2 to win by 37 points in greasy conditions. Clarence turned out for the first time in 2017, starting the season with a wet weather scrap against the Tigers. The Tigers hung in there for 3 quarters before the Roos flexed their muscles to win by 34 points. Sam Siggins was the dominant big man on the ground, while Mitch Carter again showed his quality for the yellow and black. Burnie broke through for their first win of the year to take bragging rights in the Northwest Derby. Burnie held on against the wind at West Park with the Walters brothers on song and youngster Blair Rubok, the major goal kicker, with 4 goals. Dylan Riley again was a shining light for Devonport with 2 goals and plenty of the pill. It was a Northern Derby with a lot of hype, but unfortunately for the Blues, they were unable to match an impressive North Launceston. The Bombers smashing their rivals to the tune of 85 points, with Rayu Bull, Brad Cox-Goodyear collecting the best on-ground medal, while coach Tom Couch and Zach Burt combined for 11 goals in a landslide victory. Good Friday proved a great Friday for the Tigers, Aaron Vince's men taking a major step to edge out an inaccurate Hobart City by just 4 points. Mitch Carter led from the front for the hosts, and Ryan Matthews was prolific as the Demons were left to rue missed opportunities in a nail-biter. In their first duel in 2017, Clarence and Lauderdale went toe-to-toe at Blunston Arena, and the Roos hopped away to a 32-point win. It was a Jake Cox masterclass, with the superstar kicking 6 goals. The day belonged to Clarence, but Alex Heavey provided a hell of a highlight with a long bomb after the siren. Queenborough Oval was treated to a TSL arm wrestle as Hobart City Demons notched their first win for the year. The D's shot out of the blocks, but inaccurate kicking let the Dockers in, and a sizzling third term inspired by Nick Walters saw the southern side hold on to a slender lead at the final break. Under duress, Will Campbell stood up late with the game up for grabs, guiding the Demons home to a 9-point win. Clarence continued unbeaten with a 65-point smashing of Devonport. The Magpies started hot to be a point behind at quarter time, but they could not stay with the Roos, who piled on 8 last quarter goals to storm home. Youngster Tyson Hanslow had a standout game, and Jason Bailey led a strong Clarence defence. Launceston handed Lauderdale their 3rd consecutive loss, holding on in a shootout at Lauderdale Oval. Excitement machine runner Kelly Mansell fired, and it was a breakout game for Brodie Palfreyman, while Robbie McManus continued a strong start to the season for the Bombers. the Blues weathered a frantic finish to record a big away win. Glenorchy proved far too good for the Tigers on Anzac Day, winning by 70 points to make it 3 thumping wins to start their premiership defence. Mitch Rainbird won clearance after clearance, and Jay Bowden booted 5 as the Magpies ran away with it. Round 5, Lauderdale finally got on the board, snapping their losing run with a 13-point win over Hobart City. Pocket rocket Dylan Fife was outstanding, as was skipper Bryce Walsh and the exciting Thor Boscott. North Launceston continued their explosive form, downing Devonport by a devastating 96 points. Devonport shot out of the blocks to be close at quarter time, but the Bombers were brilliant to put the Magpies away, with Burt, Couch, Cox Goodyear all too hot to handle. Glenorchy again were at their ruthless best to blitz Burnie by 124 points. It was usual suspects for Glenorchy, with Mott, Webb and Bowden all outstanding in a 4-quarter thumping. The Roos beat the Blues to the tune of 38 points, with Michael Blackburn booting 3 and Siggins 2, as Clarence shot out of the blocks to never be headed. North Launceston were at their blistering best in the wet to destroy the Dockers. The Bombers had a whopping 51 scoring shots, with leaders Taylor Whitford and Tom Couch absolutely outstanding. Clarence handed Glenorchy a rare defeat at KG5, breaking the shackles in the last term to run away with a 36-point win. They were great at both ends, with Speedy Standen at his sharpshooting best to snag 7 goals, and Jason Bailey clamping down on Jay Bowden. Adding injury to insult, the Magpies lost Webster to a hamstring. Hobart City Demons doubled Devonport's score with a good win under lights at North Hobart Oval. It was midfield magic for the D's, with Matthews, Charlton, Campbell and Cole all on song. Riley and Thorpe were the pick of the pies in the lot. Lauderdale backed up their first win with a victory over the Tigers at home. Fife and Franklin were fantastic, and the improving Ray Hill booted 3. Lauderdale got the job done over an improving Devonport, with Thor Boscott and Ray Hill both bagging handfuls. Despite the loss, Magpies youngster Brodie Connolly showed plenty with 4 goals. In the upset of the season, Hobart City Demons handed Clarence their first loss for the year by the smallest of margins. In slippery conditions, the D's held on for dear life as the Roos came home hard. Youngster Nick Baker was terrific, while Sean Willis and Speedy Standen kicked 4 for either side in a win that ignited the Demons' season. Glenorchy were handed back-to-back defeats at KG5, with North Launceston proving too strong in an entertaining matchup. Tom Couch was incredible, leading from the front to dominate midfield and inspire a win over a premiership rival. Launceston were far too good for the Tigers at Twin Ovals. Sam Lonigan found his groove, and Sonny Whiting kicked 6 majors as the Blues stormed home.